What's something people don't know about schizophrenia and crime? It's a complex and often misunderstood relationship. Today, we're exploring notorious cases that shock the world. These stories are not just about crime, but also about the human mind and its darkest corners. Buckle up for a gripping journey. We'll delve into the lives of infamous criminals whose actions were influenced by their mental health struggles. Schizophrenia is a severe mental disorder affecting how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. It can lead to hallucinations, delusions, and severely disordered thinking. It doesn't equate to violence, but there are rare and tragic exceptions. These exceptions often capture public attention and fuel misconception. Let's look at some infamous cases. These individuals' actions were extreme, but they also highlight the importance of understanding and treating mental illness. David Berkowitz, also known as the Son of Sam, terrorized New York City in the 1970s. His crimes were not just acts of violence, but cries for help from a tormented mind. Diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, his delusions played a role in his deadly spree. He believed he was commanded by a demon-possessed dog to kill. Ed Gein, the inspiration for horror films like Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, also had schizophrenia. His life and crimes were a macabre blend of reality and delusion. His gruesome crimes in the 1950s left an indelible mark on pop culture. Gein's actions were driven by his distorted perceptions and a deep-seated need to recreate his deceased mother. Richard Chase, the vampire of Sacramento, suffered from severe schizophrenia. His delusions led him to believe he needed to drink blood to prevent his own death. His horrifying acts in the late 1970s were driven by his delusional beliefs. Chase's case is a tragic example of what can happen when severe mental illness goes untreated. Lee Loughner, who carried out the 2011 Tucson shooting, had a history of untreated schizophrenia. His actions were a stark reminder of the potential consequences of neglecting mental health care. This tragic event highlighted gaps in mental health care. Loughner's case underscores the urgent need for accessible and effective mental health services. Herbert Mullin's killing spree in the early 1970s was fueled by paranoid schizophrenia. He believed his actions were necessary to prevent catastrophic earthquakes. Mullin's delusions were so powerful that they overrode his sense of morality and reality. These cases are extreme outliers. They represent a tiny fraction of those living with schizophrenia, most of whom are not violent and are more likely to be victims of violence themselves. Most individuals with schizophrenia are not violent. They lead lives filled with challenges, but also with moments of triumph and resilience. Understanding mental illness is key to preventing such tragedies. Education, compassion, and proper treatment can make a world of difference. Thanks for watching, and remember, knowledge is power. By learning more about mental health, we can help create a more understanding and supportive world for everyone.